Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to our Own Your Life event. It is Wednesday, the 21st of June. So we're already almost halfway through the year, which is really exciting, but it absolutely flies by. I'm sure we can all relate. Now, I'm really excited to host our Own Your Life event today, because ain't that the truth? We don't want to be a slave to our jobs, a slave to our mortgage anymore. We all want to be having way more fun in life, and we want to have all the things that we're dreaming of other than just working and taking care of everybody else. And that's what today is all about. We also get to do this with some of our best friends, which is something that I really love. And we have people that tune in from all around Australia, sometimes all around the world. And we really want to thank you for joining us, and so that we can share what it is that we've been up to, see if it could also be a fit for you as well. But we're going to keep it real. We'll tell you our real stories. And to start off, I'm going to introduce the lovely Sheridan, and Sheridan is going to tell you all about our Juicy products and our Juicy program. Thank you.
Hey guys, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, so as Michelle said, it is about just keeping it real, and we are just real people. You know, we've got mums, dads, we've got PTs, health professionals, doctors, and just like beauticians and hairdressers. You know, everyone can sort of jump into this, which is what is so amazing. And the thing is, we've all got the same goal. And for me, I'm studying nutrition and dietetics, and for me, my goal was ultimately to have something of my own, to have my own business, to be able to work and do what I want, but also help other people, you know, improve their lives through nutrition. And when I was introduced to this, I was like, oh my God, how did I not see this sooner? It's so perfect. And like I said, I'm studying nutrition, but I can't say that I'm the best cook in the world. So for me, I definitely know that I was missing something in my, I guess, for my clients that I could give to them that would help them with compliancy, because I could recommend things until I was black and blue. But if they didn't know how to cook those beautiful foods and how to make healthy living delicious, then my job just was not done, because they wouldn't follow my direction. So when I saw that this program has an amazing recipe books included in it, I just thought, this is so perfect. This is going to add so much value to me as a nutritionist. And so what it is we've got this, and it's called the JBT program. Now, the JBT program was produced by Kira Westwick, who was a top 10 finalist on MasterChef. So I can assure you that her recipes are awesome, and they're much better than what I could ever come up with, ever. So we actually get these recipe books to be able to provide to our people, our customers or our clients, for free. They also get to go online to our support program. So if you're not a health professional, if you're not really clued up on all the nutrition and things like that, don't stress. You absolutely do not have to be an expert on anything at all, because you get to add everyone, and including yourself, into our online program, who is completely supported by people like yourselves, and also health professionals that can, you know, help you out with that kind of stuff. So I found this absolutely incredible, and my clients love it too, because it's completely family friendly. There is 0 calorie counting, and I don't know how Kira Westwick did it, but she's hit the nail on the head with every single nutrient recommendation that I could even think of. So she's made it so absolutely incredible. Heaps of like snack recipes, dinner, lunch, breakfast, gentle detoxes. There's even some exercise programs in there as well. So it really just hits a nail on the head with everything. But in saying that, I know that even with an amazing interest in nutrition, I still do not get the recommended daily serves of fruits and vegetables into my own diet, let alone knowing if my clients are doing that 365 days of the year. So I always recommend for my clients to have their micronutrients, so their vitamins, their minerals, and their trace elements absolutely on point when they come into a program with me. And when I found that this program also has a really awesome nutrition support in there as well, that our clients or customers can take daily, and it supports their micronutrient levels every single day, no matter what they eat, I just thought, wow, this is absolutely incredible. So what we have here, I'll see if I can hold all three of them up, is these here. Now, these are capsules. They're whole food capsules, completely natural, and that was a massive deal for me. I went through a phase of having all the chemical supplements and doing all the comp prep and all of that kind of stuff, and it absolutely ruined my body, shot my metabolism, and I had incredibly bad digestion as well. So when I saw that these were all natural ingredients, I was like, oh, finally a decent product that I can recommend for my clients. So these are, like I said, whole food capsules. They've got veggies, berries, and fruits. And what they contain is 30 plus vegetables and fruits in those. Now, these aren't synthetic versions. They're the actual real deal, guys. So we've got farmers that produce the best version of their fruit or vegetable, whatever farmer they may be, and they wait and wait until their produce is at its most nutrient dense. So if you can imagine, you can go into Woolies or Coles or wherever, and you pick up a tomato. Sometimes those tomatoes are still a little bit green. They're not quite ripe. But that's what they're selling as their produce. It's a little bit lacking nutrients, and I'm sure the soil isn't the greatest as well. So when we hear that our products are made from the absolute freshest and nutrient dense, these fruits and veggies are just like falling off their vines. They're that ripe and juicy. And then the farmers grab those, they take out the sugar and they take out the water, and they add zero heat to the process. Which is very, very vital, because it means all the enzymes and all the phytochemicals and everything in those amazing fruits and vegetables are kept alive. And that is exactly why these work, and they work very well, I can assure you. So it's completely different to anything you might have seen on the market at a pharmacy or a supplement shop or anything like that, because these are made from actual real foods and it's kept alive. So what happens is, like I said, they remove the sugar and the water, they get dehydrated and put into a capsule form, which also means that instead of having like a greens powder or something like that, which on a side note doesn't taste that great, but instead of having like a powder form, these little capsules are much easier to take, and they also don't oxidize. So if you've got a tub of powder, like a greens powder or something, they are incredibly good for your health. I won't deny that. But as soon as you get to maybe a third of the way through the powder, everything has been oxidized because of you opening the bottle and closing it, and the air kills off all those enzymes. So the benefit of having it in a capsule form, which is what these are, just means that each little capsule is protected from the air and they don't oxidize, even when you're down to the very end of the tub, which is very, very good. And it's very cost effective as well, to make sure that your product is still as effective down the very base of it as it was when you first started taking the product. So I love being able to recommend to my clients to take these, because I know that their gut health and their body is being flooded with the best micronutrients, even if they don't take my recommendations. So what we also have in the program is our complete powders. Now, these are completely vegan, and they're incredible. I know a lot of gym goers or, people like that like to take protein powders, and a lot of time it's a whey protein powder. Now, if you ever look on the back of a whey protein powder, you might see a couple of ingredients that you have no idea what they are, because there are a lot of chemicals and a lot of nasties in these mass-produced protein powders out there, that if you're taking one of those or two of those a day, like a lot of people do, you're flooding your body with nasties and chemicals on the daily. Now, the benefit of these ones is that these are also made of beautiful whole foods. I'll read you a couple of the ingredients, and you might be a little bit mind blown of how they can put this in a protein powder. But they've got things like sprout blend, broccoli sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, millet, so it's completely gluten-free as well, which is awesome. You've also got mushroom powder, which is an awesome source of vitamin D. You don't often get that in a protein powder, especially. It's got all these beautiful pomegranate powder and things like that. So as soon as you take in one of these, you've got so many different amazing micronutrients as well as macronutrients in there too. So it's an awesome ratio of your protein, your fats, and your carbohydrates, which is perfect after gym, but it's also perfect if you're outside, out and about on a doing some errands or something, and you just think, oh my God, I'm so hungry, but I don't want to pull into like Macca's or, a shop like that. You can pop one of these in a shaker with water and boom, you've got so much nutrients, and they're filling as well, which is so incredible. They're not a meal replacement. I personally don't ever advocate for meal replacements, but they're an awesome, just a little on the go if you get stuck. They're also quite affordable too. When you think of going to a juice bar or something and getting all those juices that you can buy, they're usually $8 or $9 for just a cup of that. These are half the price and triple the nutrient value, I can assure you. So they're incredible. I love those as well. We also like to say that our company is a company with a heart, which is so amazing. They're supporting Aboriginal cultures in Australia. They're supporting the schools and the school kids there as well. So they're actually going out and giving our beautiful children a shake if they rock up to school and they've got empty bellies, which sometimes they do, a lot of the times they do actually, which is really quite sad, but they're getting these beautiful shakes into their belly so they can start a day at school with an amazing bunch of nutrients. And what they're finding is that the skins are clearing, they're concentrating better, these kids are doing amazingly well. So our company really is a company with a heart, and it also knows that nutrition is so powerful. Now, it's not only powerful in us adults, but it's so powerful in children. So every time someone buys the products here, a child is actually supported for free. How amazing is that? And it was so incredible to be able to hear one of our chickies had a story. She's a mum and she was out shopping, and she actually spotted her daughter stealing, I think it was a zucchini off the shelf at the shop, and starting just to eat it raw. How mind-blowing. She's like, I'm not even mad. You just stole that off the shop. You just ate raw vegetables out of your own will. So it's really changing their taste buds. It's doing some amazing things in kids. So as a nutritionist, I'm just so absolutely proud of this company and what it's doing for our amazing country. I think that's all from me. I could honestly rave about this product all day, but I'll hand it back to Michelle.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sheridan. That was just such a great description of everything. You covered absolutely everything. Such an awesome company. And I know that in our household, we certainly noticed such an increase in immunity. We used to struggle with 8, 9 colds and flus every winter. And last winter, the first winter on the products and the program, was the first time that we didn't even have a day off kindy or school. So that really, and that works for parents as well, because parents have to then take days off work. So it's just been awesome. And my auntie had psoriasis for 16 years before she came across Juice Plus. Now, I lived with her for a few years and I saw the pain that she was in. She tried every, potion, everything you can imagine to try and get rid of it, and it never went away. And within only a couple of short months on the micronutrition, the capsules, it was almost completely cleared up. So it's changed her quality of life, and she's really excited. So I could rave on about the products as well, but I'm going to switch it up now and talk to you about our business opportunity, which is just as awesome. Now, I know that when I first came across this, it was just over 12 months ago, I was really skeptical. I also doubted my ability to have success in this type of business, because I'd always said, oh, I'm not a business-minded type of person. I'm not a sales type of person. I also thought that I'd need to know a lot of people. I thought I'd need to be an expert to do this, or I'd need a lot of time. I also thought that I'd have to be one of those crazy salespeople doing those party plans and just running around trying to sign up all of my friends. But I can assure you that I'm not that person. We are not those people. It's not like that at all. But we do have a couple of skepticisms in our business, a couple of misconceptions. So I'm going to find lovely Sam now, and she's going to shed some light on that. Thanks, Sam.
Hi, everyone. Fantastic. Sheridan, that was an amazing talk on the products. Thank you so much. How awesome. How awesome are our products, guys? So I just want to quickly say before I begin, congratulations to you for turning up today. So you are here because somebody got you curious about what they're doing, or you know, you might have seen something and it's grabbed your interest. And it's our job today to present to you a little bit more information, because that person's brought you here to say, hey, you know, come and take a look at what we're doing, because you've asked that miracle question of what if. What would this opportunity do to your life? So a quick snippet about me is I've got two little beautiful girls. One's 2.5, almost 3 this year, and I've got a 1-year-old crawling at my feet at the moment. So, you know, my life's pretty busy. But this opportunity sort of fell into my lap about 5 months ago now, almost 6 months, because I got to ask that question of what if. I didn't want to go back to work. I didn't want to miss any more time with my children. My traditional business is retail work, and I was in middle management. So it meant that I had to go back and work longer and harder, and basically work when they were telling me to, not when I needed to be. So, you know, that was a bit of a bummer for me, and I really didn't want that to happen. So it's my job today to explain to you a couple of the misconceptions about our business, and what it's shaped like. So I like to call it the Minions world, because the Minions world is we go to work. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the movie that's coming out. I think it's number 3 now. There's little yellow men. There's hundreds of them, and we all follow the leader. Sorry. They all follow the leader on the one person that's the evil person that's trying to take over the world. And working in traditional business for 15 years, I've always seen my CEO as that person, because the CEO or the area manager or the national manager has walked in and said, you know, oh, like, I just run. I don't want anything to do with them. So in my traditional world, it was a little bit shaped like this. And I remember doing a stint at Coles a couple of years ago, and I was in sort of middle management. So I'll explain about how it goes. So you've got like your checkout chicks, your retail workers, you know, your deli workers, your shelf stackers, and they're all down here. They're your minions, the ones that make the cogs turn and try and work for the evil CEO up the top. So you've got your different levels that goes. There's hundreds of different levels. The CEO is normally surrounded by a board that sort of works underneath them as well. And as you go up through the levels, I sort of noticed in myself while I was working each time that I did, I looked at these people that were in great positions, and they were earning so much money, and they were having such authority, and you know, in business they were having fantastic success, and not once did I look at these people and think, I want to aspire to be you. You know, that's where I want to work. I want to work hard and get to that position. You know, the money would be nice, but they never looked happy. They never looked like they had a quality of life. They never looked like they had a fantastic balance in between that position and work life. It was almost like the higher positions that they got in the company, the more was being loaded on their shoulders, and the more they had to take care of, because the umbrella that was underneath them, the sheer amount of people that they had to look after, and it wasn't sharing with them. It was simply having to motivate every single day to get these minions to come to work and do their job efficiently, because if it wasn't efficient, it wasn't functioning, and if it wasn't functioning, they weren't getting ahead. So I was watching these people in power and thinking, you know what, it's not for me. I don't want to aspire to that. And it made me start to question why I was spending so many years on doing something that I was really good at doing, to only get to a position to look at these people and think, wow, like, what's next? What if? What am I going to do? And my two awesome little kids changed my life because they made me start thinking outside the box. And my youngest was born, and about 5 months into that, we were very broke. We were living paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, another thing in traditional business is I learnt the number one lesson is if you're not physically at work in a physical presence, you don't get paid. Your bank account doesn't grow. You need to rely on that annual leave and that sick leave. And once that annual leave and that sick leave is gone, that's it. You have no other option apart from, you know, what we were doing was living on a welfare check, which really didn't sit well with me, because I had no other option. I had no annual leave, no sick leave, so I had to return back to work, and I really didn't want to do that the second time around. So the beautiful Michelle put me exactly what you guys are doing today, put me in front of a presentation, and that what if really started to rise for me. So a little bit about us. We're shaped more like this. So you come into the business, whether you have, and the beautiful thing about this is you can, you know, just be turning 18 with a dream of traveling and you know, all the things that 18-year-olds do. I'm in the haze of very young kids, and I can't really remember what my dream was when I was 18. I think it was to afford the beers at the pub on the Friday afternoon. So whether you're 18 and just looking to figure out what you're going to do, or you're university qualified and you're looking for that what's next and you want that fulfillment in your life, this position is for everyone. And you come into the business as a virtual franchisee. Now, virtual meaning anywhere. As long as you've got a smartphone, a laptop, an internet connection, you can network from absolutely anywhere in the world. You can, if you're a family person, you can watch your kids on the coast of Queensland sliding down the slides in the family parks, and your bank account's growing. You know, there's 1,000 different examples that I can give you, but at my point in my life, that's where I want to be. I want my bank account to be growing while I'm having fun with my kids. So the great thing about this is while we're rising to the top, we're sharing our business, we're coaching the people that are around us, and we're inspiring the people that are working with us in our dream teams to get to our pinnacle position of National Marketing Director. And the difference that I love about this is we can't get to this pinnacle position unless we're uplifting those people underneath us in our umbrella, because those stokes of the umbrella, they're joined to our success. And by us teaching and coaching, and I love the main word about this is inspiring. We're not motivating, we're inspiring people to live that dream and to make that what if a reality. So, you know, I hope that clears up some of the misconceptions about our business. If you want any further information on that, please reach out to the person that brought you here today, and they'll be able to talk to you further about how it all works. We do have one other misconception in our business, and I'm going to hand it over to the beautiful Danny, and she's going to explain to you about how you don't need to know everybody to start in this business. So over to you.
Hey everyone, how are you today? So a little bit about me. I have 3 little children, 2 boys, a 5 and a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old now who just turned 1. So again, like Sam, we're a busy mum, but I started this business 10 months ago, just after I had Matilda. I had just left my corporate job of 13 years and decided to be a stay-at-home mum. But at the same time as exciting, I was afraid that we were going to struggle financially, and I definitely didn't want to struggle financially, but I didn't want to be missing out on the kids at the same time. So this opportunity fell in my lap, and I said the same thing. I said, what if I had nothing to lose and everything to gain? So one of the things that I was worried about when I started was that I had to know a lot of people. How was I going to do this? I, at the time, wasn't as confident in myself as I am now. And it completely isn't true. And I found that out very quickly, that I didn't need to know a lot of people. And this is what we call the popcorn effect. So if I show you quickly, when I started, this was me. And I had a friend who joined our shred challenge. And the way they came across that was that I was sharing my journey, my story, and my excitement of the product and the business. She was looking to improve her health. So Leah became a customer. And she was a full-time working mum with a set of twins, and her husband worked long hours. So one of the things that she really wanted to do was to be able to cut down her hours at work. So she asked me how she could become part of this business to do. So I coached her and showed her how to do the business. So I had Leah join. Now from there, Leah had Maria join. And Maria was looking at doing something from home. Then Maria had Kelly join. I hope you can all see that. Now over time, my team have brought on their own team. And I've brought on more team as well. And again, the extended teams have brought on team. So, and this is what we call the popcorn effect. It's like when you put popcorn on the stove and it pops away and you take it off and it continues to pop. This is what our business does. It continues to pop, and at times it continues to pop even, you don't even realize it's popping away. And the best thing about this was I only knew Leah, who joined my business when I first started. I didn't know Maria and I didn't know Kelly. I didn't know some of these other people that joined. And now I've gotten to know some of these people. So I hope that clears up the misconception that you need to know a lot of people. And I'll pass you over to the lovely Shay, who's going to share her story and how the products and the business have changed their lives. Thanks, Shay.
Thanks, Danny. Hi, everyone. I'm Shay. I came across Juice Plus about 5 months ago now, and I can honestly say that it's changed everything for us at our house. Not only has it improved my health and the health of my whole family, but it's also changed my perspective on health and also changed the outlook on our financial future. So little Missy doesn't want to go to bed. Yeah, so when the product was initially explained to me, it just made complete sense. You know, I just kept thinking when we were considering purchasing the product or making an order, you know, if this product could bridge a nutritional gap that I knew existed in my family, then I wanted it. I knew that I needed it, and I knew that my kids definitely needed it. So I'm so glad we gave it a go, because within about 4 weeks, my boys were eating their veggies and salads, which was really huge for us, because although they were great with their fruit, veggies and salads were just a no-go zone in our house. So I knew that they just weren't getting what they needed to stay healthy, especially over winter, which was really important for us. So that's been really great. They're also sleeping better, which is a huge win. And for Chris and I, we've noticed a massive energy boost. So instead of sleepwalking our way through the breakfast routine, you know, we're up and out of bed and getting on with our day, and sometimes up before the alarm, which is unheard of. But for me personally, I have had massive improvements with my digestive issues. I've had chronic digestion issues since I was about 11. And I've seen a huge improvement there, and also with my inflammation issues, so a past netball knee injury and lower back pain. I was having to see a chiropractor every 2 weeks, and happily I can say that I haven't been for about 3 months now, maybe 3.5 months, and I just haven't needed to go. So that's been a massive improvement for me personally. With the business side of things, sorry, she really needs to go to bed. In the business side of things, if I'm honest, in the beginning I was a little bit skeptical. And that was purely because I just didn't know how the business worked. But since then, I've learnt more about the company, which is an amazing company. I've learnt more about the business model. And it really excites Chris and I just, where this is going to take us. We know what it can do for us. But what I love most about it is that you don't need to know it all. So from the get-go, you've got people supporting you. You've got, people helping you grow your business. Which was really great coming into it. And also you get to work around the kids. So you just get to choose your schedule, base it around the kids, and that's been really great, not having to put this little munchkin into more daycare than I was happy, putting her into. So I hope after all that, I hope that makes sense. I hope I explained everything well. Thank you.
You did. Thanks heaps. And I love that we really, we say that we do this business with our kids and our babies by our side. And it's true, as you can see, we actually do. So I'm going to talk to you now about how we get paid. And we get paid in 3 different ways in our business. So the first way that we get paid is through retail commission. Now, this is what we earn when we join our customers to the Juicy Body Transformation. We connect the customers straight to the Juice Plus company, which means that we do not have to hold any stock and we don't have to do any shipping of the stock as well. Now, I like to say that we're in more of a recommending business, a sharing and recommending business, because I'll use the example of when you go to a really nice restaurant and you take a photo of your meal, you put it on your social media and say, oh my God, this is so beautiful, you have to get to this restaurant. That is actually recommending and sharing, but you don't get paid for it. We do that in our business and we get paid to do it as well. The second way that we get paid is through residual income, and this is where we earn a percentage on our team's businesses. It's also been coined the term beach money, if you've heard that before. It's residual income. So beach money meaning you ultimately want to be on the beach, wherever it is that you love to be or love to be doing. Even if you're sleeping, you're still earning money, you're still earning that residual income. And the third way that we get paid is through bonuses. Now, our bonuses are the fun money, the now money. We have a little rule in our team that you need to spend at least some of your bonus when you earn it on yourself. And I know that a lot of us mamas, we really don't get the opportunity to do that. And it's just so nice to be able to do that for yourself. So I'm really excited about that. Now, like I said earlier, I have been with the Juice Plus company for just over 12 months now, and it really has changed my life and my family's life. Before I came across this, my husband and I had been really struggling financially for over 5 years, and we couldn't afford to pay our mortgage. We had to move out of our family home. We moved hours and hours away from our family and our home for my husband's work to try and get ahead, but we were not getting ahead. We were still barely staying afloat. So when I came across this, I really thought, well, I have nothing to lose, and I just have not looked back. Honestly, this business gives you the opportunities to say yes to more, to really start to dream again, because I tell you what, we really lose that along the way, because financial stress does that to you. And I believe that to be truly healthy, you need to be healthy financially as well. That financial stress, well, it causes stress in all areas of your life, in your relationships, in your family, in your overall health and well-being. I really do know that firsthand. But I just want ask you today to have the courage, ask what if, because you just can't imagine where your life could be in a month, in a year, or 5 years from now. But if nothing changes today, well, then nothing is going to change. And the opportunities in our business really are limitless. And we get to be a part of this beautiful, supportive community. We're all like-minded people. We're all on the same journey, the same mission. And we get to inspire people along the way, which is just so absolutely rewarding. So if any of this resonates with you today, please reach out to the person who invited you here. Get curious, get any of your questions answered, because we would really love to see you on the journey with us. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to everybody who shared today, and I will see you same time next week. Have a great day.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.